Alright, let's go ahead and get started then. Olaram,
Actually,
Jate Thur, Balsukoi, Nervode. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 12 of The Way of the Mandalore, Keepers of the Way podcast. This is the first podcast of August, so we have a new topic to cover. Zell, if you wouldn't mind giving us a reading of Tenet number 8.
Tenet number 8. A Mandalorian should, to the best of their individual ability, strive to be as self-sufficient as possible. A Mandalorian must work towards self-reliance. This means they are to actively seek out ways to provide for themselves and their families, as well as educating themselves in gardening, first aid, survivalism, and other skills that remove their dependency on others. That said, there is no shame in taking aid when needed, provided one seeks to make restitution if possible or aid others when able. A Mandalorian accepts neither credit nor blame for what they did not accomplish. Anything offered as a gift should be accepted in the spirit in which it is given.
So, on to the topic. What do you. I'll go last. What do you guys do to follow self sufficiency to your best ability? Dirge, you want to start?
Uh, yeah. I'm gonna make your brain injured here a little bit. I mean, like I said recently, I've been getting back into doing training and stuff like that. Um,
Say that one
yeah,
more
it's
time.
been
You
it's
were,
been a lifelong effort. Oh,
yeah, that's about what I heard when you said you were doing something again.
I've got back into doing training again, so
Ah, your physical
nice
fitness.
to move some physical fitness stuff. I've been a prepper for long before I was a keeper, so yeah, stockpiling food and learning medical skills and all that fun chicanery. A lot of bushcraft.
What about any kind of homesteading or anything
I'm
along
not
that
quite
line?
there yet, but there's a little bit of knowledge there, but nothing severe.
Kando, what do you do?
I pay my
Kando,
own bills.
you do
Honestly,
paying
there's
bills?
not much I can do to be self-sufficient right now.
I mean,
In
growing
renting
food,
house,
making your own booze.
I buy my own food. I don't have property yet to do anything extensive other than make my own weapons. Like I have my own knife that I made.
Do keep in
Remember that
mind that
self-reliance?
even learning things that will event you may not be able to do them at the moment, but even talking about knowledge that you're acquiring is part of this tenet as well.
This is true, which homesteading is up there.
Mhm.
Zell, in your civilian time, what was your what is your self sustainability?
For me, um, I haven't been able to really actually use the knowledge that I have acquired. However, every day I work closer to being self-sustained by gaining as much knowledge that I can of learning new things when it comes to homesteading, learning things that help me towards blacksmithing and those other artisan skills that um, are honestly is somewhat dying art in some cases. So I've taught myself how to sew and do seamstress work. I've taught myself woodworking for the most part. I've done self study for metallurgy and blacksmithing. Um, as as you are very much aware, Cadus, I have learned a lot in regards to new survival techniques and items towards that I share with you quite regularly from Facebook.
I really don't view as many of those as I probably should.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I do, I send them to you, one to save them, as well as pass on the information too.
I mean,
Right.
you can send them
Right,
out.
And then I send you memes back.
Yeah, and then you send me memes back of trying to blow up my messenger because I do it to you. But at least not my information is actually helpful. But like I am learning, continuing to self teach as well as find information towards self sustainability. And that is currently where I am standing. I am trying to learn financial advice that will eventually, hopefully, allow me to invest to where I can get the large enough property that I wish to have, that I could eventually have a family sort of compound homestead kind of thing. Almost like my own, a family covert.
I saw that,
Mm-hmm. What did you do?
I sent him
The
a
game.
message in TikTok the game.
Hmm.
Hey, he watches my stream, I watch his.
Which means you also lost the game.
Well, yeah, no shit, I mentioned it.
But, so that is currently how I adhere to tenet number 8.
Spartan, what about you? How do you self-sufficiency to the best of your ability?
You don't have to be muted if you don't want to, Spartan.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
free
I'm
to
not going
voice
to force
chat,
you.
and you don't even have to participate. You could just be here to listen. We're all right with that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No one is forced to be here. No one is forced to talk.
Oh, I don't have to be here? Okay, bye.
Well, you're the host. You're the exception.
Yeah, sir. You are required to be here. There ain't no weaseling out of this with you.
Yeah. I can feel you. I've been on 6 days the last week, and I've got another week of it, and then I'm back
Now,
to day
I
shift
would
again.
I could
I'm not
weasel
here
out of
to
this
host
because
again.
I'm not the host.
Spartan is apparently at work, is why he is muted, or why they are muted. Yeah.
Hey, we still appreciate the
don't bring the whole
listening.
again. I've been a good boy.
Scoutmaster Kevin?
No, but once I've going back to knowledge in regards, one of the things that the tenet talks about is learning first aid, and one thing I'm happy about being in the military is that I am going to be working side by side as an RP. One of the best friends to us is the corpsman.
That's the best friend of any military personnel.
Mm-hmm. But especially when you wish to learn first aid knowledge, a combat medic is most definitely a good source of information to touch
No
base
shit.
with.
Nee, Josik.
So if there is any field that I am lacking in, I would personally say that it was probably the first aid, the combat first aid department. I know minor first aid. I know some first response first aid, but
And unless you're in a medical field, even in the military, that's pretty much all you're going to get is the first response stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that person alive long enough for EMS or doc to get there.
Yeah, I will say that I do personally say that EMS first aid is definitely different from combat medic first aid. Well, yes, the premise is the same. The way they go about things is a different mindset.
Because I know my personal experience is, you guys know I was Army, even though, yes, I was National Guard. We got the same active training that active and reserve Army gets, and that includes some basic combat medicine, first aid.
Change your socks, drink some water, take some ibuprofen.
No, actual trauma.
I was just being silly.
Like
No,
sucking
it's more
chest
so,
wounds and
change your
covering
socks.
them up, putting pressure on shit. The nose hose, nasopharyngeal tube, or however it's actually called, colloquially known as nose hose, nose tube. Hey, Kando, looks like Knife is on your or someone from Mandalore Band is on your TikTok now.
Yep.
Hey, welcome.
And I have to do the response. General Kenobi.
Yes, you are obligated to do that regardless.
I mean, you know, my TikTok profile pic is General Grievous, so
Yes. I know very well.
Kids in here,
that's
Tic
okay.
Tacs. Back in my day, Tic Tacs were the things you ate, not the things you try and film.
No, that's Tic Tacs.
This is TikTok.
Oh, my bad.
Like clock.
and my profile name is the General Grievous, so makes it even better.
What knowledge are you guys currently striving for to be self-sufficient and independent?
On my end, like y'all know, I'm part of the guild, so enhancing my knowledge for my business and adding more ventures to it definitely helps. Like I still need to get a new 3D printer, but hopefully my other side business of decal stickers, vinyl stickers, is gonna help with that. So yeah, I know, shameless plug. I gotta put it in there. I'm selling vinyl stickers now.
If I might ask, in regards to when you do your stickers and everything, and you try to come up with your prices for everything, what is your thought process in regards to that? Like, how did you come up with your prices?
So as a basis, this is how I do my pricing. I do a minimum one-time fee of any kind of design fee, and that's based off of my real-life hourly wage. So I start with a $20 one-time fee, and that's per design. So for instance,
so if you have to do something new,
so if I have to do something new, that's another design. If I have to design anything, that's very specific. If someone comes to me with a design already done, I will, depending on how much work I have to do to craft it to whatever media, I will generally waive that fee. But if I have to do all of the design work, any kind of crafting work, there's that one-time fee.
Okay.
The amount of time that it takes to print, regardless of whether it's a vinyl sticker or a 3D print, is $1 a minute. So you can imagine, if it's going to take multiple days to print something, it's going to be a lot more high value than printing like one sticker. And then I take into account the pricing of the media itself. Where just as an example, sorry, distracted by Mandalore's comment, Jake, their content manager, he works professionally for Amazon and AT4 or A24. He does 3D environments.
Wow.
I will try to hit him up, and because there's definitely a lot of things I don't know about 3D modeling. I can do basic stuff, but for example, if I'm trying to create a helmet, yeah, it hasn't worked out so well. I just can't seem to do cutouts and stuff.
Down, huh?
No, I can do basic stuff.
Hey, Cadis.
Yes.
TikTok.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was reading from.
Oh, what they just posted?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Mhm.
Spartan, I'm reading your comment now, too. He's saying he can learn as much as he can about as much as he can, making tools, weapons, plumbing, electrical, woodworking, vehicle maintenance, repair, radio comms. Something about small has drone operation. Maybe the child.
Let's see. Woodworking, vehicle maintenance, and repairing repair radio comms. Small as small HAS operations, drones, basically.
Okay,
Just
I
as
read
much.
that as small has instead of HAS.
Yeah, yeah. Autocorrect probably changed it to just be
To
has.
lowercase, maybe.
Yeah, passing along as much of that as is possible to the kids.
The
Yeah, good
14-year-old
job.
yelled at him last night for losing the game. USAS. Yeah, autocorrect changed it to has.
Ah,
And then apparently he's got a vinyl cutter and a 3D printer as well. Spartan, if you would like to join the guild, message Grant Kincaid on Facebook. And the only thing we required for admittance is samples of what you do.
mm-hmm.
Usually 3D work is what I'll take care of. So usually what I'll do is one-on-one with any kind of designing you do, and then you'll send me some kind of 3D print sample for me to inspect. But for as for getting the messenger access, that's something Grant does.
I wish I had the money to continue my leathersmithing education.
Maybe when you finish your training and stuff, once you get your duty assignment.
Oh, it's not so much once I get my duty assignment, it's once they actually send me to my location.
Well,
I already know
that's
where
what
I'm
I was. That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss
between the
having
lines,
Tandy
damn
Leather
it.
just down the road, but I miss Tandy Leather Factory.
You miss what?
So in my home city, there's a establishment called Tandy Leather Factory that has leather and leather tools that are actually pretty decent.
Oh, and
Actually,
something
I'm not
else
sure if we
I
still
might.
have one, but we used to have one in Vancouver as well. What a great place to grab stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So some more self-sufficiency that I do is, like y'all know, I brew my own alcohol, my own mead, which this last batch has been going since February 25th.
Isn't that the one that you made on stream?
Yes, it is. That one is still brewing.
That one.
Nope.
I thought you cracked that one already.
Nope. It's still. I'm gonna check it today, but the last time I checked it, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, it still had bubbling.
Damn.
Well, mind you, last Christmas I got 2 more glass carboys, so I'm not using 2-liter bottles anymore. That's my storage system, not my brewing system now. So
that's right.
I get less expansion contraction because now it's in glass bottles, so I can actually monitor the bubbling a lot better.
Yep.
Hey, Julio. Hello, Rom.
Well, to get you on
Sukoi.
one day, hopefully on one of your days off. Sounds like you'll be a good fit.
When did you guys start?
About an hour ago now. About 40 minutes ago.
At noon?
When the stream started.
At noon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm awake now. Here I am. What's up?
Sukoi. We're talking about self-sufficiency. That's the topic this month.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm gonna get some food in me. I'll listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to Mandalore Band's comments. The Mando in their art is an original design from Jake. And apparently the Mando's name is Cho. And I know the multiple people have access to the account, so I'm not sure which. I'm assuming it's Knaf is the one under the Mandalore name right now. Apparently Jake said, "Dude, go to film school." So he did 3 years in fabrication, and you can learn so much on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely use YouTube University to figure a lot of stuff out. Spartan, are you like a mirror universe twin of me or something? Because you're doing everything I do. All except for I don't have kids, unless you count my 7-year-old Shepherd boxer mix. I'm in Southwest Tennessee, Mississippi area, Memphis. So we're not too far from each other. Nice. I mean, depending on where in Alabama you are. For all I know, you can be all the way down on the coast.
The loneliest Mandalorian, because I'm in Canada and I seem to be the only member in Canada.
Dude, y'all are in Nashville? Sweet. I was actually raised about 40 minutes south down in Columbia. I lived there for almost 30 years. Small state.
Mandalore's in Nashville.
That's... You really need to pay attention, sir.
Dude, I'm spacing out right now.
You really are.
Honestly, I'm doing like 3 different things on the computer right now.
Ah.
It's yeah.
This has definitely been a fun, better, well-engaged podcast than what we usually get.
Yeah, no kid.
And Kando, am I right? That is Knaf?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I have not had any confirmation from them, so I'm still under the assumption there.
So a fun book. Sorry on the.
No, you're good.
So a fun book to kind of like, I guess, introduce like younger folk into the world of preparedness and self-reliance. Sounds really stupid, but when like you strip away all like the zombie stuff, it actually has some pretty good points, which would have to be Max Brooks' Zombie Survival Guide. Highly recommend it if you got some youngins you want to get into the whole preparedness thing. Again, once you strip away a lot of the zombie stuff, like how they tell you how to build your bug out bag and stuff like that, it's actually not horrible. But after that, definitely check out the Standard SAS Survival Guide. That's another great one. But that's more for survival, air quotes, or bushcraft.
So apparently, fun fact from Mandalore Band. Apparently, the area I lived in Tennessee, Columbia, and Thompson Station area was where most of The Walking Dead was shot. Which is really weird, because I never fucking heard any of that before. And I usually heard about things like that. So, apparently I was not well informed like I thought I was. Also a fun fact, if anyone ever watched the Hannah Montana movie, that's where that was filmed, my hometown.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. My car's in it somewhere. My car's famous.
Wow, your car's famous. And
yeah. One of the shots they were doing in the courthouse area downtown, I was at one of the sporting goods stores at time of filming, and they pretty much said, it's like, hey, you can't leave, they're starting to film. Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna do me some kind of back pay for using my car as a prop, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Would be nice.
It's not bad. Maybe if I can later, you can send me a copy of Drive. Never hurts to have centralized information. He was saying that he has a thumb drive full of manuals like different military stuff, and then something about Alexandria is just a few blocks away from where he's at.
Right. I see that now.
Yeah, now you all know why Dirge is not a comms officer.
So let's see, what else can we talk about? We don't have Rainiana or Talon in here today, so I don't know. I know we got Zell, so maybe Zell, you can start working on some language to talk with us about, if you're available to.
Actually, there you go. Hazel, question. How would
Answer.
you say survival or the term self-reliance?
Survival or self-reliance?
How would one go about saying 1, 2, 3? Like our whole number scale.
We actually have episodes on that, Dirge.
Oh, well, I've got to go and check this stuff out. Clearly, I'm undereducated. I apologize for my ignorance, folks.
No, Mandalore, this is actually the podcast right now. We changed our times recently. A little bit easier for everybody to be here at noon Central Time versus 6:30. That's why we were assuming that you might be them. Apparently, it is not Knaf. But thank you for liking the TikTok. Maybe you guys can come over to my Twitch and follow me there. I don't know if Kando is sharing my link or not. I know he's got the QR code and stuff, but I don't know if my podcast... I know the Spotify is there, but I don't think either of our socials are there.
No, neither of our socials are there.
So anybody in the TikTok side, how do you guys stay self-sufficient, guys, girls, gender neutrals? Using that as a general term, sorry. So, Zell, about this self-sufficiency terminology.
Working on it.
It'll take a moment, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to change subject.
Another underlooked book that a lot of people seem to forget for their lines. Education has to be, well, for us in North America, it would be the Edible Plants of North America and Poisonous Plants of North America. Both great books to have on hand.
Definitely. Spartan came back with the comment. Mikey, his favorite turtle, says that dude is not neutral because he says dudes and dudettes.
I mean, fair. Can't argue that. But that peanut butter and jelly bean pizza, man, that was not a good idea.
So is that the self-sufficient term, Zell? Garas Rusanish?
Self-reliable.
Okay.
Same difference.
Is what it... Because we don't have a word specifically for sufficient.
I mean, reliability and sufficiency, that's... I'd call it hand in hand. Same word, synonym for
it. So one thing that we are doing when it comes to like translating Mandoa from English to Mandoa or Mandoa to English is English has a lot of synonyms for no real apparent reason. So we're kind of simplifying it of like, unless the use is different in context, it's probably going to have the same Mandoa word.
Well, I mean, the reason why we have a lot of synonyms is also because we have a huge amalgamation of different languages that are
right.
Modern English. Right, some French, some German, some Latin, some this, that, whatever.
One of my favorite sayings for how hard English is: right with the right.
Mm-hmm. And that's when Dirge set his desk on fire and kicked it over and walked out of the flat.
Yeah.
May or may not have happened at least once.
Yeah.
They're taking their property over there.
2, 2, and 2.
Mm-hmm. But though that's not.
I
That's
before E,
different.
or E before E. Eh?
Yeah, the whole like C before E or whatever fucking rule that shit was.
I mean, even just pronunciation of the letters between the different languages.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, for example,
But
Spanish. X in English, X. X in Spanish, eque.
mm-hmm.
I, or pronounced E in Spanish. Never really understood that one.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Oh wait, no, that's Filipino, or that's Chamorro. Never mind.
Oh, we just went off track, didn't we?
Yeah, we.
I mean, we were talking about language. Anyways, so Mandoa language for self-reliable is Garast Rushanish.
Garas Rushanish. At least it's easy to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just have to learn how to roll my R's and not sound like I'm stumbling over my own tongue.
We don't roll.
Garan.
There's no R.
It's actually
here.
it's sort of a natural roll of for the R sound. Actually, Garast instead of Garast. There is a slight natural roll.
Oh, I hadn't noticed it.
Garast.
If I do it, I hadn't noticed it.
Garast, Ru,
That's
Sanis.
because of Spartan and Eastern Germanic. Not really a sound they use.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just said, "Why is English one of the few languages that don't roll R's as much?"
He is not wrong on that one.
It's
But that's because English has soft and hard sounds for their letters, whereas most languages just have the sound.
I just thought of one word that I'm not gonna say on streams that would sound fucking hilarious if you rolled the R's.
Type it to me.
Yeah. Pretty current language. Yeah.
Which one?
Yes.
Okay. Give me that. Give me that.
Wouldn't that sound kind of funny if you rolled that R?
Make it sound fancier.
I'm not sure.
I can guess.
I'm not saying that word either. There are people that know me in real life that know my character. I'm not saying that I'm not saying.
I live in the ghetto, so
I am not Eminem. I will leave it at that. I am not Eminem.
That probably gives away what we're typing about here, but the fuck was that? The fuck y'all just dropped from the ceiling? Holy shit.
Sorry, that was my libido.
You dropped it hard and fast.
Sure.
Holy shit.
Sure, it wasn't your ego to your IQ.
I mean, that could be it too.
That might have been the hot air escaping from my head. Sorry.
Maybe.
That just scared the shit out of me. Someone dropped something from the floor above onto the floor.
That's what she said. But as far as survival goes, I'm personally not finding a word for it at the moment. which I will have to talk with Rainiana about.
That word makes me wonder what the direct translation of where that came from is.
Which one?
What I typed you. The original text of that word.
Actually, hold on. Give me a second. I might stand corrected, actually.
How do you spell ignorant?
We've been joined by my cat.
Ignoramus.
What? What'd you say, Kando?
Ignoramus.
Oh,
Have you never heard that before?
Even signing it out, I was spelling it ing instead of ign. And we've only got one word, and that's
IGN.
ignore.
So, we have a word for survive and survivor. Survive is kuyanir, and survivor is kuyan.
I have a word for self-sustain if you want it. I have a word for self-sustain if you want it.
oh, that's a good one.
Self-sustain. Neist, then kuyanir. Neist is self.
Will you type that into the language channel so that we can see that? The fuck are they doing out
let me
there?
look. If I can get to the language channel, hold on.
Uh-huh.
I noticed it impeded me.
I had a little bit of an idea.
Come on.
The language lesson. And I was thinking like, we could just get a bunch of strips of paper that have different
Neist is myself.
classifications for words. And then we just randomly pick one of those and then find the words to go with that.
Flashcards?
So, like, sort of like, so like a random, so on one piece of paper, it'll, like, you ever play No Man's Sky?
Oh, you want to look for it under Mandalore Podcast? You want to look for it under Mandalore Podcast?
No, Mandor. The language.
Okay, hold on.
What I was more saying was like, so like, you know, have like a little whatever of bits of paper that have like, you know, today we'll learn a word on trading or on defense or whatever. You know, it's kind of like I said, like they do it in No Man's Sky when you ask somebody to give you a word.
Right.
Could be fun.
I mean, we could just go A through Z and just say every word.
That's not a good way to teach language. That is not a good way to teach language.
I was only joking anyways.
Quote Fifth Element, I really only speak two languages. English and bad English.
And you don't even speak that well.
I got me one of them book educations.
Okay, there you are.
Thank you, ma'am. So, self-sustain. Neist ven kuyanir.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to add in Zell's.
So a bit of clarification when it comes to what Juliana is using is Neist is specifically myself, while Garast is yourself specifically. So for that, it would be more contextual of, are you calling yourself or are you calling someone else? Would be the context in that situation. Are you saying you are self-reliant or self-sufficient, or are you saying that person, the person you are talking to, is self-sufficient or self-reliant?
Well, we use the word need to refer to our own selves. So me is self as well,
Yeah.
and niche is a more a variant of that. So it's like me sustain or I sustain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is "neist" is directly translated to myself, like me. I
Or
am
just
talking about
myself. Yeah.
my person.
Yeah.
Whereas "garast" is I'm talking about yourself. I am talking to you and your being, not me.
Well, then that is saying that you sustain. It's kind of like you're providing. It's how you're going to use it.
Exactly.
We would just say that a person provides. But what we're trying to convey is the idea of the person being able to support themselves, and by that they also kind of include the elite and the covert. So
Right.
we need a word that implies, it says self, but it means I do my part to sustain, myself and the ones that are a part of me. So we need another word, a word that means myself and the ones that are part of me.
So Rainiana just posted Sanas is worth reliability, not monetary, but rather arbitrary, often referred to people, self-reliability.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess that is the word for self-reliable, specifically, is Sanas.
So Mandalore Band is saying Kanaf is going to be jumping on in about 20 minutes if we would like him. Told him sounds good. I don't know just
All
how
are
long
welcome.
ago that got sent. So it could be 5 minutes.
Spartan would like to know what caretaker would be in Mandoa.
All right.
Give me a second.
Sorry about that, Spartan. I would have got to that a little quicker, except that I forgot I was on mute.
How do you spell care?
If I could fucking... Why is that not moving? Oh, maybe because
I don't know, man. I don't know why I can't spell worth a damn. Too many knocks to the noggin.
I just messaged for Rainiana to help with caretaker.
Carer, way of advancement, put fear into someone. Parade, scare, insult someone who doesn't care. Careless. Tread carefully. Care, take notice of, detect. Careful, carefully. So, caretaker, I have care/worry about.
So the single words for care and take is batir, hibir.
So, care in regards to just care itself, not specifically the worry about kind of care, but just care in general is bot.
Rainiana just followed up with a question for you, Spartan.
As in a guardian or someone who manages something?
I'm assuming guardian is what he's looking for. Instead of like groundskeeper.
So guardian is Kabor.
Yeah, you realize I should have known that because look at my fucking name. If I'm not mistaken, my name translates to innocent protector or innocent guardian of innocence. Apparently, I'm a casualty guardian.
Say my name roughly translates to like a mournful song of the dead, or if you want to go by the dictionary, it would be boring and uninteresting.
I forget what Zelnamore translates to.
Of course, mine's also not a Mandalore word.
Mine's a Mandalore word I can't find anymore.
Oh no.
What?
I seen you join, Tommy.
Oh. It only shows one person in the chat
I
right
saw
now.
Nomadic Pizza join.
Yeah, and they probably left right away because it's only showing me in
Oh,
the.
Yeah, no, Spartan, that's always good. That's how the language gets built
Yeah, it's just me and the viewers right now.
directly in Mando.
Yeah, Lannis just joined, and you can guess what he said.
Yeah, you're a bit late. Cadus beat you to it.
Yeah, like an hour ago. And then
But
Nomadic
we've
Pizza
been going
joined
a
again.
little over an hour.
No, unfortunately, he's going with the 24-hour rule, Lannis. Because we've ruined it for him. We have to give him time to reset more than 10 minutes now.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have done that way too much for me not to fucking... yeah.
I did it
Yeah,
so
let me-
bad. I think I got him kicked off TikTok one day.
Look. We've been going for about an hour. If we want to wrap up in the next podcast, we can actually share some of the knowledge in regards to self-sustainability.
Okay. Yeah, this is a topic that can definitely span the entire month. Easily.
In so many different directions.
Right.
Well,
I think we should choose like a
Knaf.
to recommend everybody to, or at least
Yeah, and that's partially why I've kept going as well, Candle, because I know Knaf wants to join us.
Okay.
But maybe we just roll up the podcast side and we go into the after hours.
Sounds good for me because I got some shipmates that are wanting to go celebrate my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, my birthday. It was specifically on Thursday, but
Oh, well, happy late birthday, motherfucker.
Or as I like to tell people, I'll give you the polite version of it. Happy choosing your dimensional awareness day.
Happy what?
Happy choosing your dimensional awareness day.
Dimensional Awareness Day. What the fuck?
I mean, that goes along the theory that our brains are essentially.
I get that.
Receivers.
I get that reference. I get what you mean by that. Oof.
Okay, Steve
Big
Rogers. I get that reference. I got that one.
I mean, normally, with my avatar being a dragon, I usually say Happy Hatch Day.
Okay, you little furry.
Oh man, my Canadian just came out there, guys.
Excuse you, Scaly. There's a difference.
Apparently not one I know about, because I'm not in that community.
Well, furries are furry. Scalies have scales. There you go. No seeking violence, sir.
That's not violence. That's an awakening.
Hey,
Well, so
I'm not. I am not the individual. I'm not like some of the individuals who actually, they believe they're an animal. No, I just like associating as a dragon.
Oh,
because of
like
what they represent.
Like that one person that was on TikTok for so long that saying that he or she is a cat and they want to join the military.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
I always find it hilarious that the uniform they chose had the rank of a full colonel on it. Or a captain for the Navy.
Yeah, anyways. My thing stops at, I like what dragons represent. That's my association with them. I'm okay with, because that's actually kind of how other furries are. It's like, I like what they represent. Not everyone is to that extreme amongst the community.
I understand.
I believe we are wrapping up the podcast.
We are, for time and editing sake. Because I don't want to have to listen to a 2-hour podcast just to remove that. So yeah, thank you for everyone who stopped by the live streams. Thank you everybody who stopped by for the recording side. Feel free to click the link tree that we have in all of our descriptions. Thank you, Zell. You just distracted me by posting that into Twitch again. I saw, ooh, shiny. Where was I at? Oh yeah, we're signing off. The link tree will take you to the Faith's socials. The Twitch and TikToks have each other's socials pinned. So yeah, thank you for joining. Hit the link trees. So yeah, let's start moving into the after hours. I have been your host, Kadale Kabor, Ibik Rooney. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is Zal Namore, Ibikruni. This is the way.
This is Dirge. Keep on rocking the free galaxy. This is the way.
Without a cure, without